very interesting. Anna, that Star Wars girl, explaining how she feels about the betrayal of friends, like who her friends are. Yeah, I feel bad that I did not go to her wedding. I will tell you what's wrong with Andrea because I don't want people to freak out about it. Like Andrea's having anxiety. She's having anxiety attacks, and she's worried about it. I would, she would like wake up at like 2 a.m. like this, and scary, So, we took her to the doctor. The doctor has her on some meds to deal with it, but her mother had the same thing, I think. So, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit scary, and I did not want to leave her alone because when she has one of those, like she wakes me up and she needs me to like hug her and then talk her down and everything's okay, don't worry, what are you worried about, no, everything's okay, and kind of just talk her into calm. That's what that was. Yeah, people are like, I don't want anyone to think it's like cancer or anything scary. It's like I feel like I should just say that. So just leave it there. She's okay, she's all right. She's doing much better. We find going to the gym in the morning together to be good. Kind of relieving some of that. So that's what we're doing. I'm not. At 7:30 in the morning, she gets me up. Let's go to the gym, and I do it. That's the whole thing. She's okay. She's better now. I'm going to attend C2E2 in April. I think I'm 95. Andrea says go make that money. Let's go. So I will be there to do C2E2. It's gonna be the first time I'm away from her. I'm a little worried about it, but I'm not that worried about it because I think she's doing much better now. So, but for a couple of months it was pretty scary. It was worrisome, and I had to confide in Anna. Nobody else knew, but I had to confide in Anna that that was the reason. I just didn't feel like it was a good thing, a safe thing to go. All right, so that having been said, let's get fuck. I'm sorry, I hate getting serious on this show. That sucks. Let me look at what is this? God damn it! All right, I don't even know what this is, but this is KatyDid again, clipped, Nerdrotic, and AZ. Comic
the
reviews
only
and
comic
fandom
book
gatekeeping.
video worth making right now is the death of the American comic book industry. I think that might be the only one that'll get any interest because culturally,
that's interesting because your best friend Eric July is making a ton of videos right now that are largely about comic books. That's the only comic book video that's worth making. So this must be the reason, Gary, why you have done absolutely nothing in terms of vetting his product, reviewing his product. So you're saying that it's not even worth it to do a positive review, a sunny, glowy review of one of Eric July, who was a panel member on your show, one of his books. It's just the death of comics is the only thing. I get fucking hell. I'm already mad. Hopefully it's this is only a minute and 30 seconds. You better pull out of this nosedive.
Yeah, it's made itself irrelevant. And the only exciting news is there is the possibility of a burgeoning independent industry, which is in its
which you guys are. Yeah. Marvel and DC are dead. That's right. They're just dead. They're not doing anything. Those guys aren't selling hundreds of thousands of comics, hundreds of thousands of copies of whatever X-Men, whatever Batman. They're completely dead. And that's why when you guys went to MegaCon, it was empty, except for you guys, right? That's why when you guys showed up at MegaCon, there were no comic enthusiasts there. It was just you guys in an empty hall. Comics are dead. And that's why it's up to you, Gary, to make a comic book that's going to save everything. This is the same fucking spiel that Eric July, gave to sell his shitty comics. Gary, it isn't going to be you either. And you're going to sit there and talk about how, everything's dead, but we have this opportunity now to save everything. This is why I already hate these guys. I fucking hate them. I hate their message. It's a lie. Gary, Eric already tried this and failed at it. People see through it. It was a nice message at first. Parallel economy, We have a chance to really compete. And then you know what happened? People like me showed up and undid that whole mythology. And people saw that for themselves that the books were absolutely terrible. Here's the opportunity. Here's the truth of the matter. Comic book industry right now is not doing so well. Mostly because of a bunch of factors. A, people are reading a lot less of American comics. They're reading manga, okay? Comics themselves are, there are some that are egregiously SJW. I saw something that annoyed the piss out of me yesterday. I showed it on King's. Captain America comic in which some fucking bozo stands up on a bar and lectures Steve Rogers about how the military is a socialist organization. You know, that's really retarded. I think J. Michael Straczynski wrote that, I think. I'm not really sure. But for the most part, comics are the same. We're just being excluded from them. They don't want our business. And that's the reality. They don't want us. They told us, hey, if you don't like our politics, don't buy our comics. And that wasn't just one crazy cat-piss stinking witch that said that. These guys stole my cat-piss stinking witch phraseology, by the way. Don't think I didn't hear that, guys. I did hear you say cat-piss stinking witches. I heard you say that. That was me that coined that phrase. All right, so that's how they feel. And so here's what our opportunity actually is. Our opportunity isn't to create a parallel economy, okay, and to save the faltering comic book industry from itself. It's fine. They're showing that they can limp along without right-wing business, I guess. What we can do is just make our own comics, and we can do it through crowdfunding. It isn't going to save shit. It isn't going to change anything. It's just going to make it so that anybody can make comics, and we can kill the gatekeepers. We can destroy gatekeeping, and that's the big problem. The big problem is that they are gatekeeping the industry. But this idea that we can rise up as indies, and this is a lie. This is just a lie, dude. It's a lie for 100 different reasons. Let me see the rest of this here.
Early stages, and those things cycle through. By the way, independent comics have always been around, and they will always be around. But what comic book needs is like an independent scene, like film had in the '90s. That's what it needs, and it's had those in the past. It needs a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It needs something like that. But,
how about a frog? How about a cybernetic frog?
Will tell. Time will tell. Eric's on the right trajectory, for sure. And there's other people out there trying, and we need them to do that.
Boink. Brandon the Awesome with the $5 says, "Hello, Az and Gary. I am a passionate right winger who has been gatekeeping several fandoms these last few months, fighting the woke menace. We're gatekeeping the franchises that other people own.
Oh yeah,
and we have no control over. Mm-hmm. However, somehow we're managing to get Eric gatekeep the fuck out the Ripperverse. The fuck he will."
Whatever, guys. These are guys who know absolutely nothing about comics. Zeros. Fact of the matter is, what we've set up here, is a means by which anybody can do it. Like Gary can do it, Melanie Mack can do it. Anybody can make comic books because we've made it normal. We've normalized this idea that people who are inclined to make comic books can do a comic book, can crowdfund it, can raise funds if they already have funds, whatever. They can sell over the internet, and people are used to it now. What we have with Ripper's End is we have Eric July, who wants to dip into those funds. Eric July, who's decided, making comics is not something, as it turns out, that I can do. But what I can do is ship things. I don't think Eric's going to write any more comics. Do you? Do you think Eric is going to be writing any more? He's going to got ISOM 3, I guess, is already written. Do you imagine him writing anything else? I think he's been pretty beaten down about that. It's too bad. He didn't want to learn. He just wanted to be great right away. Spoiled kid. Sorry, you're not great. You don't get to be great. You become great. You don't be great. You become great by getting better. So that takes time, takes energy. So it takes effort, it takes learning, it takes humility, it takes the ability to listen and learn. All of these things these are how you become great. You don't just be great. Fucking millennials, dude. I'm telling you. Anyway,